Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and it is the last day of winter break. Or at least it would be if it weren't for Snowmageddon. School's already been cancelled for the next day. So I figured, why not put my homework, just have it wait for another day and instead record the finale of Banjo Tooie. Now this isn't the finale right here, we still have a few more things we have to do first. However, I can, finish the game in this recording session, and that's the plan at least. So this video, we will hopefully be getting the rest of the collectibles in the game, which is basically the 3 Gs in Grunty Industries and the Cheeto page in there as well. However, since we have the Jiggies and I'm in the area, I figure why not finish the last puzzle, which you only need 70 Jiggies to complete. And this will, once you finish this one, you can go and beat the game, basically. You needed, I think the number was 55 to unlock the first half of this world right here. And now we are going to unlock the second half of it with this one. And of course, since it is the last puzzle, every single piece on the board was missing, so it's up to us to place them all down. And if I could actually place these down in the correct place, that would be great. But we're given 100 seconds and there are only, what, 25 pieces? So putting down a piece every 4 seconds isn't a very tall order. I'm about to finish it and I still have like 40 seconds left. So this isn't too big of a deal. Yep, we have completed Jiggy Wiggy's Challenge 10, so now he will show us the way. So go ahead and show us that way in a world that we haven't even been to yet. Oh, man, we have one more chance. What is it going to be, guys? I thought I was wrong earlier, that wasn't the last time. We still have one more time. What is it going to be? Open or explosion? Behold the power. What's it going to be? Time to break those ties, even those bets. Man, that's all the way back from the beginning of the game. It has been a very long time. Okay, there's no way that electricity can explode. It's looking like it's going to be an open, guys. Or it could be another bubble. Frickin' bubbles, man. Yep, there we go. It's an open. Alright. So now we could go bring the fight back to the witch herself. But we still have a couple more things to do. We've opened all the doors. A super special challenge awaits. Well, might as well try it. He says there's no reward, but we might as well try it. We get to show the picture and stuff. Jiggy Wiggy's super special challenge. Oh, man. Yeah, I see. Yeah, we need to rotate the pieces. It's just like Bottles' challenge in the other games. So one thing to note about these is that the pieces can only fit in certain ways. All of the edge pieces are going to make the certain shape where they have the ones that poke out on the top and right side, and then they have the holes on the other 2 sides not mentioned. So really, rotating isn't that big of a deal. It just makes it a little more difficult to tell where the piece is going to go before you grab it. So just keep that in mind. Every piece basically has a specific way to turn, and you can tell which way it's supposed to be as soon as you pick it up. For instance, this one right here, I should have been able to tell that it was supposed to be like that. However, I don't know if we have a lesser amount of time or what. Also, I'm screwing up right now. There we go. Yeah, I was not paying attention to my own advice right there. Great job, me. But yeah, I'm kind of running out of time, but as we fill in more pieces, hopefully I can pick up the pace, as there are only so many places that these things can go, you know? Maybe if I weren't talking, this would go smoother, but alas, here I am talking. Okay, yeah, we are cutting this very close, but I think we just about have it now. Really, the edge pieces are the most difficult, because they only show you one of the 2 possibilities. Oh man, I cut that really close. Jig-tastic. 94 is the fastest time. Way to go, me. So good. Ah, well, we were told that we were jig-tastic. That's about all I need, honestly. Okay, one last thing before we go back to Grunty Industries is that I have empty honeycombs to turn in. So we should go ahead and do that, so we can get an extra unit of health, because you never know, that extra unit might be really helpful. So let's head over to the plateau and talk to Honeybee for the final time. And then we also have to turn in the Cheeto pages once we get that last one in Grunty Industries as well. So looks like we aren't going to be fully done with ILO Hags quite yet. Okay, so let's head in here, talk to Honeybee for the final time. It has been a very long time since we talked to Honeybee, because she needed so many empty honeycombs for this final unit. Don't peck her. I know that she's, like, competition for Banjo's heart, but Kazooie, you just have to deal with it. Yes, I would like the final honeycomb. So, for the final time, toss the empty honeycomb into her crotch, and we get the extra honey. A whopping 10 units, look at that. Okay. So, with all of that out of the way, I believe now we can finally head into Grunty Industries and do the stuff that we need to do there. So let's head down there to the warp thing, and then go over to the Quagmire, and into Grunty Industries. It's all the way down here. I think this is the only world that has a scrolling list like that for the warps, just because it has so many of them. All the other ones have just the right amount so that they don't need to scroll, I think. Oh look, you're pretending to be the white Jinjo. Now you're a fool for 3 reasons. 1, we've already gotten all the Jinjos in the Isle of Hags. 2, we've already gotten all the white Jinjos, the single one. And 3, we've gotten all the Jinjos all together. So there is seriously 0 reason for us to even attempt to get you. Nice try, Minjo, nice try. So first and foremost, I still do believe that there is a window that I missed somewhere out here that leads to a place that I want to go. So I'm going to fly around for a short while and just check to make sure that I didn't miss it or whatever. Also, I went through that door transition while ground pounding. That was weird. Is this it? No, this isn't it. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to look around the outside of this building for a short while and see if I can't find that window that I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure it's on the 2nd floor, so yeah, I'll see you all in a moment. Wait, I just saw it. I just saw it, guys. It's on the other... This is not the right one. I don't even remember where this goes. Oh, right, it's this one. The one that I think I broke it somehow. I broke a lot of the jiggies in this game. A lot more than the last one, that's for sure. Mainly because of Clockwork Kazooie eggs, but that's besides the point. But yeah, the freaking window is right over on that wall. So, finally found it. I knew I wasn't crazy. Right, guys? Right? Not crazy. So, let's get back over to our flight pad and head over there. Take a couple bites along the way, but this is what we got extra honeycombs for stuff like this. Okay. So let's head around. I can't believe I couldn't find this earlier. We almost hit that wall. Yep, right here it is. You could see the window forming in the distance. So one of the single times that blue eggs are helpful, although you could use any eggs for that technically. But we can finally head in here, and there's nothing really in here except for a very small room, which has this plate in here, and like all the other ones, we need to use the bill drill to unscrew all the screws. And we got caught mid-ground pound, that's great. But we need to drop that elevator thing right there, because of what we're about to do in a minute. Well, it's one of the things that we're about to do. Luckily they don't show the cutscene for every single one you take out. And it's a good thing they have that window there, because when I was looking for that battery last time we were here, I thought that that froze for a second and freaked out. But also, I thought I was able to see this and be like, oh wait, I haven't dropped that elevator quite yet. So yeah, that window's actually really helpful. And now we can actually head into the main factory, which is the part that you were all probably looking forward to. So, okay, I didn't really mean to fly, because I mean, the entrance is just right over here, but you know, whatever, we can make the game happy, I suppose. And sharp turn directly in there. If only we could continue flying, even after we enter the door, if we enter the door flying. But no, for whatever reason, we're back to the ground again. So, for starters, I think I'm going to become Mumbo. Because we still have one more magical Mumbo thing. Actually, false. I'm going to run to Wumba's very quickly for like 2 seconds, and I'm going to give her the Globo, but that's it. And the reason for that is because we're about to have a timed segment that includes Wumba. And I don't want to waste precious seconds doing all this conversation and throwing the Globo in, if it would count. I'm not sure if it would, but it's better to be on the safe side in this regard. Okay, so we can jump into the Wumba pool, but we will do that in a second. We will keep you in anticipation for what the transformation is going to be, even though I've said what it's going to be twice. And most of you have probably already played this game, so you would know anyways. Yes, and in fact, freaking... it's shown right there, so even the game spoils it, so you know what, whatever, I just can't win here. So, going up to Mumbo now. Because this portion is so confusing, I am using a bit of like a list of like where to go, just so I'm not running around forever and we can get everything done in a timely manner. So I'm checking that right now, which is why I might sound a bit different. Okay, it's on floor 2 is where I want to go next. So let's go ahead and bring Mumbo on over to this. Oh, it's right outside Wumba's wigwam, that's good. So I need to create a mental map of where it is in relation to Wumba's wigwam, because we're going to need to rush there very quickly. Okay, I want to say that it's through this way, because it's got to be an easy enough place for both Mumbo and the transformation to get to. Neither of them are very mobile. Yep, right in here. Okay, that's easy to remember. Okay, so around here somewhere, I want to say it's up here, we have our Mumbo pad. This is a room that we stepped in very briefly a long time ago, but we never really explored it. And also, I never used this service elevator ever. You can't use it to easily access all the floors. Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay, well it's basically just a huge pole that Banjo can climb up. And so you can use that to access all the floors as long as you open the door or whatever. So it's yet another way to travel around this place. So now we are going to use the EMP spell, and that'll break this magnet, which is great. And so we have 90 seconds, which is a pretty high amount of time, but we've got quite a bit to do now, so we've got to book it. Okay, we gotta head back here, get back to the warp pad, and get back to Banjo and Kazooie as our next step. So right in here, using all these little teleportation things that we set up, or doorways I guess is a better word for it, using all these doorways that we opened up and whatnot beforehand is really going to help us out a lot. In fact, I think that time might be set up for if you didn't, because time isn't really seeming to be much of an issue other than what's being wasted, like, with cutscenes and whatnot. And even then, it's not taking a whole lot of time off. The transitions aren't taking any time at the very least. But talking to other people might. Okay. So we've already used up 30 of our seconds, but we're about to head into step 2 of this plan. And as long as I go through the right doorway afterwards, after we finally transform... Oh, shoot. I just realized we're going to have to talk to Wumba and be all like, ah, this is what the transformation is, and whatnot. Hopefully that doesn't use up time, but even if it does, I think we have plenty. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the pool. It doesn't look like the cutscene's using up the time, so yeah. If the cutscene did use up the time, we'd be cutting it kinda close. But since they aren't, we're fine. So we can move around and press Z to fire underwear. which I kind of demonstrated there. The thing is with the underwear is that they, like, gravity affects them a huge amount, so they really aren't very effective as a weapon, even if you go into the first-person targeting mode and shoot them that way. So they're really only good if an enemy gets up real close to you. However, normally if this battery or this magnet were operational, we would be pulled away from this button because we're made out of metal. However, since Mumbo broke it, we can now hit the switch, and we're heavy enough to press it down, and we can finally get power to this room, which contains our boss. However, I think we're going to wait on that for a moment, or not, because the time still matters. Ah, screw it, I'm just gonna change to Banjo and Kazooie and fight the boss anyways, might as well. I'm also slightly worried about the... oh, the time went away now. Okay, I stick with the normal plan then. We are going to go and do the other thing that we need to do as the washer now. Mechanical personnel may not use the warp pads. Oh boy. Oh great, I was really counting on being able to use those warp pads, guy, thanks a lot. Well, like you said, we still have the service elevators, I suppose. But still, that's kind of annoying, honestly. Okay, well there is a guy that we need to help somewhere on this floor, so we're gonna look around a little bit. I think there's at least one on every floor, I want to say. This goes down to floor 1, we could use that, but I want to find the rabbit guy on this floor first. Yo, eat underwear. Okay. So... yeah, one of the things that I have on my list, luckily, is a oh wait, I think it's in here, actually. Yeah, we opened up this switch. Yep, here he is. So just be careful, because it's easy to fall off. Okay, let's talk to him. Sure, I'll wash your overalls. I don't want them to get ripped. We'll be fine. So it's also worth noting that this washing machine also was in Banjo-Kazooie as a little bonus for completing Bottles' puzzles, which is pretty neat. They actually used it again, gave it a bit of an upgrade. And also, our washing machine must be very powerful, considering it not only washed his clothes, but as soon as we gave the clothes back to him, he himself got cleaner. We are a very powerful washing machine, you guys. Okay, so up next, I think I'm going to head on down to floor 1, since we have 2 more rabbits to help over there, or around this area. No, what is... whoa, I've never pressed the switch before. What does this one do? Oh. Huh. Alright. I'll accept that. I completely forgot about that switch, if I even knew it existed. Well then. Alright, I'm just crossing that last one that we got off the list now. And, oh, that's the door that we just went through, that we opened, alright. Right back here, hidden actually pretty well, is another rabbit that we can wash his overalls. Heavy soil wash if you don't mind. So, we're going to need to put a little bit of a sensor bar over that or something. And, well, spit him out. Good as new, and the rabbit himself gets clean. So there's 4 more now, and I know exactly where 3 of them are, so that leaves 1 still unaccounted for. So, I know which floor he's on, but not like how to reach him or anything like that. And also, it would appear that the reason that that switch was there is because we're completely blocked off from the other side of this area. So I did know that it existed, I just completely forgot about it, is the conclusion I have come to. Alright, so now we have to basically get back and access floor 1 a different way. It's a good thing that I went through this way then, because I would have never found it otherwise and I would have been wandering around forever. Alright, it's great when you just stumble across exactly where you need to go and you don't even realize it until like 5 minutes later. Oh man, we're kind of getting up there on time a little bit. I was wanting to get all of Grunty Industries stuff, all of this stuff and done in a single video, but it would appear that that isn't going to happen. This is where I came from. I want to find the service elevator is what I want right now. Where the heck was it? It wasn't in the... It wasn't in the toxic room, I don't think. No. We just stood in there for 2 seconds. It's in the... I don't think it's in Wumba's room either. I think it's just randomly, like, in its own little room. Hello there, guy. I'm getting beat up by everything right now. It's a really good thing that I grabbed all that health. Here we are. Service elevator. Okay, so let's head up to floor... Man, we can barely fit in this thing. Hopefully I've activated all of these. Let's go up to floor 5. I'm pretty sure I opened all of them up, because there are switches on the outside that you need to open up as Banjo and Kazooie. So, yeah, you're going to need to take care of all those. This is the only way to reach this guy right here. He's somewhere in here, at least. I hear him, I just gotta find him. Oh, okay. So, as the washer, you can also open up those metallic doors, and that's the only way that you can. So let's head up this ramp, and here he is. Heavy soil wash. Okay. So now washing his things, and that'll leave 3 more. Okay. So now I know exactly where all 3 of them are. I think I just saw where the one on floor 3 is, so that's good. Let's head back on over to the service elevator and go down to floor 3 now, because this is where the other one is, and then the other ones are on floor 1. So it's kind of odd how we can't teleport using the transportation pads or teleportation pads or whatever you want to call them, but whatever. Okay, so we need to get this guy up to the boiler plant storage room, which... Isn't that in a super high place? How the heck are we gonna get this guy up there? Oh wait, I think I know. What is this? Boiler plant. Perfect, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking of a secret passageway through Mumbo's. But this works too, and in fact this is exactly where it is. Fantastic. Yet again, stumbling exactly where I want to go. Isn't it just wonderful? And that just leaves floor 1, so we just have to find the service elevator, and I know exactly where these 2 guys are. And I think with that, we'll end this video. Oh man, I'm about to die. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, once we get the 2 other rabbits, I think I'll end the video there, because we're getting on to like 22 minutes or something like that now. At least they close up, make a lot of stuff inaccessible to the washer, so you can basically only go in a straight line and get to where you want to go. I'm about to die. Wow. Okay, let's just stop barreling through things, go to floor 1, and help the last 2 rabbits, and then I can die all I want. Or at least slightly. Okay, I think the first one is right outside of where we are, yeah. Okay, so we made that jump. Heavy soil wash, yada yada yada. Give me your stuff. Freeze to death. We'll wash it. And there you go. Man, without any detergent or anything like that either. Nice. And I just fell. Hopefully there's a way back up there. I will be very upset if there isn't. There is! Good. Good. I was pretty sure there was. The last one is in the workers' quarters. I think this is the first one that we actually saw. So, we're finally getting to you there, buddy. I think he's in here. Yes, he is. With his Mumbo wallpaper. So, go ahead, wash him up, and we will finally get this Jiggy after so long. We could have gotten this one a long time ago, and it actually wasn't that bad. I just didn't feel like doing it, I guess. So, he'll spit out the Jiggy, and we can grab it. So, yeah, just going to die now. Hopefully this will bring me back to Wumba's, I hope. Please? Perfect! This is exactly where I wanted to be, because we are now done with the washing machine, and we are now done with Wumba's transformations entirely. So isn't that nice? Yet another thing that we have 100%ed, and we're done with Mumbo's magic too. So we don't have to rely on those 2 anymore, now it's just the bear and the bird. Yeah, we're at about 25 minutes now, so I'm going to cut it here, and in the next video, we will get the last 2 Jiggies and the Cheeto page, and we will start Cauldron Keep, I think, maybe, or at least go to Cheeto, and maybe that'll be the video. So I will see you all then. Goodbye!